What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, man. Today we're going to be taking a look at Swag's review on Warzone 2. As you guys may or may not know, they had a COD Next Warzone 2 / Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer event out in Cali. I believe it was about 2 or 3 days ago. So I was watching it on and off. So I got my opinions on certain things, what I like, what I dislike, and I'll also be stating those things as we go through this video. But I wanted to see what one of the top Warzone streamers had to say going into Warzone 2, being able to access this stuff early. And, you know, I'll throw my opinions in here and there as he talks, but let's see what Mr. Swag has to say about this. A lot of people had, you know, some things
what is going on, guys?
this.
So for today's YouTube video, you guys have been asking me what is my honest opinion of playing Warzone 2 after the day after we got done playing it, you know, kind of decompressed and thought about what I really think of the game. And this video is gonna be that kind of like honest, you know, brutal honesty that I hope that the devs watch that they can fix in 2 months. I'm gonna just jump right into it.
Yeah, as he states his opinion,
I'll say my opinion based off what he said. And you guys want to know how it felt, what I think should be changed, and just different things like that. It's a lot different when you play it versus when you watch it on stream. So one thing I'm gonna say off rip is I think that the map was great. I think the map is great. You know, the map was nice. Of Warzone 2 is fantastic. You know, Caldera off rip. The map was
trash.
Rocked. For Warzone 2, I forgot what the map is called, Owl something, but it's very, very good. I love the close range fights. When we were playing it, there was a lot of close range gunfights, which I personally love. Yeah. They brought back high rise and terminal, which is great. So for just the baseline of it, fantastic. One of the problems I think they need to fix is the Gulag. So if you don't know the Gulag,
so going into what Swag was saying about the map, like, I love the map. I like the nostalgic of the POIs, like High Rise, and I believe they have a POI that's like similar to Dome from World at War, and a couple other places from the past Call of Duties as POIs on this map, which I thought was great and very nostalgic. Colors on the map was cool. Overall, it was a good map. When he was talking about the close quarter combat, like I said, I watched this event on and off, and I was glad to see the high number of close quarter events, because me personally, I'm not a big map type person like Caldera. I hate it. Verdansk, I play rarely. I'm mainly a Rebirth player, as you guys can see from some of my previous Call of Duty gameplays. But seeing a map that's a big map, quote unquote, or a medium-sized map that has a high level of close quarter combat, I love that, because it keeps the game fast-paced, in my opinion, instead of maps like Caldera or even Verdansk. Like, so people love Verdansk, but like even with Verdansk, to me personally, it felt extremely campy. Places with a ton of buildings and things like that. But as of this map, I like the high amount of close quarter combat that I was seeing in this map.
It's a 2v2, and there's actually a way for people in the Gulag to escape. They don't even have to fight you. They can just grab like a key and escape. That's what happened to me in one of the Warzone games. I personally think that needs to be changed. I think they should just revert back to the old Gulag. You know, I like that they tried something different, but Gulag was such a simple, understandable, great concept that just...
The Gulag really wasn't a problem to me. I think the only trash part about the Gulag was the 2v2 system. Keep it 1v1 and leave it at that. Like I said, there was... I think the ways to escape the Gulag was, of course, killing someone, and then they had this key where you could just escape. And I guess that played as the, like, you know, as Gulag now is like capturing the flag type thing. But Gulag was fine to me from under a viewer's aspect. It was fine to me. Besides the 2v2 joint, that was trash.
Needed a good map for it, and the thing with the 2v2 is it's really RNG, right? It's pretty nerve-wracking because you get a really good teammate or a really bad teammate.
You get a random teammate.
You know what I mean? So I don't think the Gulag concept in the long term will work, because it's just too, you know, it's not based on you anymore.
You want to unlock a
we
career in
get at-
cybersecurity.
Like if you lose,
All
it's
right,
your
I'm
fault.
back.
If you lose in this one, it may not be your fault. It may simply just because you have a bad teammate. So
That's
I think
what makes the
Gulag is something
2v2
that definitely,
portion
I think,
trash.
needs to be changed.
That
And
was
just
trash.
the whole concept of it was just. I like the 2v2 aspect, but then in the end, I thought if I have a bad teammate, I'm rocked. One thing
Yeah.
I'm pretty sad about is they said there's gonna be no perks at launch, whether you can get it from a loadout or lootable perks. I think that's really bad. I think they should really do lootable perks.
Yeah.
I don't mind like them not having the loadout, but like we should be able
You
to
should at
get
least
perks
definitely
in
have
Warzone.
lootable
It's
perks.
a great feature.
I like that
love
feature
the
that they
lootable
got,
perk
too.
system, and it's something they should definitely implement in it. Like, why'd you put it in Caldera but don't put it in Warzone 2? It doesn't really make any sense. Also, like plates and ammo should be automatic pickups. That was one thing that when I was playing the game, when I would open chests, I would have to physically like pick this stuff out of the chest instead of it just popping out. That's a
I'm gonna
feature that
rewind
should
that.
just
I'm gonna rewind
it
that.
just
Hold
slows
on.
the game. When I would open chests, I would have to physically like pick.
This is trash. See, I played Blackout for like 48 hours back when it very first came out, and I wasn't really a fan of battle royales type things back then. My first official battle royale game that I like submerged myself into was obviously Fortnite. But this is trash. This right here, to open the box and select what you want individually, instead of all the loot jumping out at you and you select it from the ground. This is too time consuming, it's too tactical, and it's too like, it slows you down when if you're running from somebody and oh, I'm low on ammo, here's a box, pop it open, pick up what you need and go. This right here, this means for getting killed as soon as possible, especially in high intense moments. This is trash. I hope they fix this to like how it is now. Just you pop the box open, all the loot falls on the floor, and then you go on about your day.
This stuff out of the chest instead of it just popping out. That's a feature that just slows the game down entirely.
Exactly.
Entirely, man. I hated. So they definitely didn't fix that. You'll see it in the gameplay, but you would open a chest, you would see a gun, money, and ammo, and you'd have to like pick it. And you know what I mean? It's just, I really didn't like it. Also, if I noticed that the sounds of the chest were very, very low. As you guys know in Warzone, when you walk,
See, I thought that when I was watching the event,
you usually listen
I
for
thought it
chests,
was-
and if you don't hear a chest, you assume it's looted, so you kind of keep going. That's the fast pace.
Okay, so it was the actual game.
You don't only have time to sit there and look through the entire.
So if you watch the event live, or even if you probably go back and watch some of these streamers' gameplays that they post, you couldn't really hear the chest audio. And when I was watching, I thought it was my like headset, or if it was like the audio where they were at the event. But good to know that that was actually the game, which like Swag was getting at. They need to up that audio for chest because
Building. If you can hear chest, you're gonna go loot it. So they didn't make the chest a lot louder in Warzone 2, and yeah, just like a lot easier to loot.
they also need to make them damn footsteps
really
prominent.
See a point in is the AIs. The AIs in
This is trash. The AIs in Warzone. I did not get that. I didn't get that. So like pretty much what it is pretty much like if you play Fortune's Keep, when the people come out the helicopter and it's random bots and you can shoot them and get money or plates from them and stuff. They implemented that on Warzone 2 as well. I feel like that's trash, man. Don't have
Warzone 2,
that.
There was way too many of them.
It was a
lot.
lot.
It was really overwhelming. You would pop
Takes
a
up
UAV,
time.
and the AIs pop up on the UAV, which they should not at all.
And that's the dumbest hell too.
For sure. AI should not be present on a UAV at all. And I think there's just way too many of them. There were so many in buildings, and when you're playing Warzone, like a game like Warzone 2,
close the game down.
It's kind of intense
Close
and you're in
the
the
game
moment,
down.
and
Waste bullets.
the AIs can get you killed. Like an enemy could be nearby, but you have to shoot the AI because they're shooting at you.
Exactly.
It just gives away your entire position. So it just
Yeah,
it just kinda,
that was trash. That's a trash
even
feature.
in the game. It makes no sense for them to be in. I understand maybe they're at like certain points in strongholds, but for them to be in so many buildings in
They were
so many
super
different
saturated.
ways, I just
Super
didn't see a
saturated.
point of them. You know, and then popping up on UAV, they give away your position. They drop a couple of plates, but like I said, they shouldn't be at. They should be like
shouldn't
at
be.
very minimal spots around the map, in my
Yeah.
personal opinion. Oh, one thing that was confusing off the rip that I think they should definitely revert is you can only, so it's RNG now. Who finds a satchel to have the extra plate? So you off the rip, you're only
Bad.
able to get 2 plates. You know, in Warzone, you've always had 3.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now,
I don't know why they
in
reverted
Warzone
back to
2,
that.
the only way you can have 3 plates is if you find a satchel. So now it's even more RNG, and they definitely need to revert that back completely. Just take that shit away completely, bro. Like, make it so everyone can have 3 plates. Do it so the satchel just gives you more
satchel
plates.
for 3,
really
yeah. Satchel for 3 plates, yeah.
Now
that
it's
wasn't
kind
a
of
good
like
feature.
Blackout, where it's like, oh, if you have a satchel, you almost have like level 3 armor, which, yeah, that needs to be taken away. I don't
get
know.
it. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it more, I guess you could say.
The baseline of the game is great. It's just,
I feel like they're trying to make it like more realistic, which is cool. But they could do that in other aspects of the game. That starting off with 2 plates thing, and the only way you can get 3 plates is if you find a satchel. In Warzone already, finding the satchel is semi-hard. But outside of that, I feel like it should be 3 plates starting off like always, and the satchels just to carry more plates.
the quality of life changes they made for so long over Warzone that we're used to, they just like completely reverted back to it. You know what I mean? It's like we gone from even before Warzone to Blackout how it was. Now, one of the biggest things that
if you're a college student like me, especially,
a lot of people are asking me about is the slide cancel. Now, I personally don't mind that there's no slide canceling in the game, you know, but I mind that the fluidity of the slide is non-existent. Like, I can't, there's no point in sliding. And the sliding feature has been a staple in the last like 4 Call of Duties. And it was so smooth in so many of them, even without the whole slide canceling.
Now, I wish they would have kept slide canceling in Warzone 2 and took away that damn bunny hop stuff. I feel like that bunny hop stuff isn't, granted, slide canceling isn't quote unquote realistic, but being able to consistently bunny hop while shooting is also not realistic. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, like, to be able to continuously jump during a fight and getting shot at doesn't like paralyze the jumping or anything like that. It's kind of weird to me. The slide mechanic, like Swag was just talking about, it was weird because you can slide, but it disables everything else. I don't think I've seen anybody like be able to slide and shoot. Slide canceling being taken out, cool, but give another mechanic to the sliding that gives you not an edge to sliding, but an edge to sliding. So if they had, I forgot which Call of Duty it was where you were able to slide and shoot at the same time. I don't think you could slide and shoot on this. I think it just slides and it paralyzes everything else, and then you can't do anything again until you're done sliding, which, you know, feels like something they could tweak and revert to.
Bro, you could just slide and shoot at the same time was incredible. Bro, you can't even do that now. Like the slide,
okay, so you can't.
like almost like dead stop halfway through the slide, and you can't even shoot while sliding. So I think that definitely needs to be tweaked for sure.
That definitely has
the
to be
movement,
fixed.
everything else is fine, but that is a big problem. Is to you
and
can't
the bunny
even
hop
slide
thing
and shoot,
is,
and the fluidity of it is so bad. It's just like that needs to be changed. That needs to be tweaked for sure. And a lot of these changes that I'm saying can be changed in 2 months.
Exactly. These aren't big changes that
change a POI of the map. No, like
people,
I'm not saying any
these
of
aren't
that.
big changes.
Also, one thing that needs to be worked is the buy station. The buy station, when I clicked on it, it showed 3 different options to
that buy station. This is terrible. Again, slows down the game. It was like buy weapon, buy armor or essentials or something like that, and then the bottom, as you guys can see right here, it says upgrade weapons. I think he's gonna get into that upgrade weapon thing when he's talking about the loadout, but buy station interaction, terrible, trash, slows the game down. Bring the list, select what you need, go on about your day, especially in high traffic moments, high gun battles. If you gotta get away from somebody to like go buy plates or something like that, you should be able to just make a stop and go at the buy station.
Now look, the buy station should be something that is beyond simple. Like it should be the most simple, like how the old buy station was, because you don't want to get stuck on that thing getting shot at. That's a huge problem in my opinion. Like to go on the buy station, it's like I have to read a book, man. I have to click 3 different, it's like buy gear,
buy gear,
upgrade guns, buy something below. It was just a lot. It was a lot of things to choose from, and it just should be the most simple thing, because you don't want to be stuck at the buy station getting sniped off of it. We've all had that happen back to us in Warzone, and we love kind of just being on the buy quick, boom, out. The spectating feature is cool, but it needs to be interchangeable. Like, you need to have an option to like do like how the old spectating was, because when you're spectating, you can't even see how many people are left in the game.
I didn't really pay
I mean?
attention to the spectating aspect, so this
I like the angle of it, but there should be an option between first person and third person spectating. So I think they should definitely add an option in there. It was just too overwhelming, and you don't even know which. I have fun spectating.
I care less about spectating, because if I die and I have to spectate, I'm going to do something else.
I think it's going to be great for content, but also
this is a good feature.
It's going to be pretty hard to mediate, because when we're getting stream sniped, it's going to be pretty bad. Like, a kid could just stream snipe me in proximity chat, be in the same building, and just saying the hard R. You know what I mean? So it's going to be. It's definitely got to be something where maybe I'll have to just monitor, but it's great for content. Like, it's going to be so many funny reactions and just great stuff, especially in solos. But
proximity chat, I like. It's funny, but like Swag said, for him and certain content creators, man, people are going to use any and every racial slur they can. But I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think I seen on IG or something like that, where you can toggle the proximity, so you could have it active during your gameplays, or you could cut it off. So I believe that's going to be a feature. So that's great for people who want to have proximity chat or want to take off proximity chat. But I love the proximity chat feature personally, because I feel like that's realistic. Like, if you're in a building with other people in the building, you're going to hear their footsteps, you're going to hear their comms, you're going to hear like things like that. Proximity chat is lit. Definitely going to be a lot of trash talking, like, and blabbering when you get in gun battles. People definitely going to be talking shit. So, proximity chat does have its pros and cons, but I myself personally looking forward to it.
As a streamer, it's going to be kind of hard to navigate, you know what I mean? So we'll see. Yeah, there should just be more loot in general in Warzone 2 and around the map. There just wasn't that much loot, like as far as like gun options and different things like that.
Yeah, looting
there
did
wasn't
seem
any
a bit
ground
slow.
loot guns where we could that had more than 2 attachments. Now now I want to address is the whole loadout situation. So
with the loot, like I said, first and foremost, this was beta. All this was beta, so it wasn't going to be 300% perfect or the perfect first interaction. We all knew that. Cool. The floor loot, it was pretty slow, but floor loot, whatever.
As far as you can't buy a loadout, which in my opinion should be reverted, but
yeah, you should be able to.
Okay. The upgrading guns part. Now there should be a way to just automatically upgrade your gun to your loadout gun that you built easily. And I think that it just shouldn't be a complicated thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? We work so hard to level up our guns. We should 100% be able to.
When I seen that, it did seem
Warzone. You know what I mean? Whether we have to buy it or not, it's just something that has to be done. It has to be a lot easier to do in the buy station if that's what they want to go with. They just gotta.
The whole buy station thing should not have changed at all. They should have kept everything copy paste from Warzone to Warzone 2. Buy station interaction, things like that should have been definitely copy paste. Buy your loadout, get your guns, whatever. This upgrade weapon system, I paid somewhat attention to it, but not really. But it did seem more complex than what it needed to be. Yeah, whole loadout situation and buy station, it should have just been an easy copy paste process.
Some of these things.
Yeah,
I guess we can't get our perks, so we just get our upgraded attachment weapon. That's fine, but like there needs to be a way easier way to do that. Oh my god, this was probably what made the game so slow when I was playing it, is the zone times.
I did realize that too.
There was a point where the zone was closing. It said 5 minutes on the timer. 5-minute closing zone. I said, bro, what is happening? What? We sat there in our circle. So if you didn't know, the zone split into 3 circles.
Which I like.
We sat in our circle for about 8 minutes because it took 5 minutes to close the zone. And then it took 3 minutes to move the zone. So they got to shorten that for surely. Like, it's definitely way too much. I like how they tell you how many teams are in your zone. That's kind of cool, but they should definitely shorten the zone times. Definitely.
The whole zone system, like Swag was saying, and I realized this too. the timers was quite extensive, and like I said, with this map, it was a good amount of close. To me, it had a balance of close range and long range. I got a video coming out. We're gonna take a look at Nick Smirk's Warzone 2 gameplay. I like the 3 zones because that kind of sort of also speeds the game pace up. Also, like Swag was saying, it'll tell you like in the top right up here, instead of saying total people, it'll just tell you people who are currently in your zone, which is cool. The element of surprise, you don't never really know how many people are left in the game until you're 100% in the same zone, so that's cool. But the timer was definitely slow.
System, I'm sure like a lot of these things are going to be changed, but the pinging system in Warzone 2, it was like non-existent. I couldn't ping any enemies. I couldn't ping like an area. It was pretty bad. So I think that's something though. Like I said, a lot of these things can be changed, and they're probably looking at it in 2 months. Like we have 2 months until the game comes out from today. So yeah, these are things that can definitely be fixed. But the thing that can't be fixed is the map. So I'm glad the map is good. That's great. You know what I mean? Like if we didn't have a good map, I don't know, but the map is fantastic. The parachuting and not be able to shoot out the sky was just a little wonky. It just felt kind of weird, like a 2014 PUBG, like with the parachute. You just feel like, you know, you have no control really. Like I don't know, it's just be able to 3P.
And a lot of this stuff
really weird. I do like the vehicle options. I think it's great. You know, I love that they brought back terminal
that we're just accustomed to as far as just like what we're accustomed to now for the past 2 years that Warzone been out, being able to shoot out the sky with the parachute, redeploy, and all that other stuff. I think that's why a lot of this stuff feels weird to them, and of course it's going to be weird to us as like casual players or whatever you want to call yourself. It's gonna feel weird, but again, I believe it's because it's new.
On high rise, I mean that's definitely a plus. As far as like being visual recoil in the game, it's fine, like I said, but yeah, we just got to be able to get our guns. It's just what makes the game fun. It isn't really fun when you have to use terrible ground loot guns, you know what I mean? So I think the upgraded weapon system, there should just be an option where you can just completely buy your loadout gun, you know what I mean? But also what I saw is it doesn't make sense if you're a random playing Warzone 2.
He brought up the recoil thing, which I want to make another video about. But I'm gonna just get a tip of the iceberg. I love that this was A, at a LAN event, B, everybody was on the same playing field, because not gonna lie to y'all, some of the MFs be hacking, bro. Some of your favorite streamers be hacking. So to see how they were able to play with LAN, with actual guns, with recoil, because if you go back and watch some of these people videos, including Swag, man, I'm not accusing him nothing, but including Swag and all these other big streamers, whatever, they come out with the most purest ground looted aim I done seen in my life. So to see them actually have recoil and have to actually, you know, aim and whatever, it was refreshing, and it just says a lot.
Right now, if you were to play it, the random has no incentive to give you cash. Why would he give you money? You know what I mean? And before, when you upgraded your guns, there should be a way to just click a button and everyone's guns get upgraded. Or not even that. Like if I want to use a certain gun, actually, I'm thinking about it right now. Like, yeah, we could upgrade guns, but what does that mean though? Like, because like if I pick up a Fennec, but I don't want to use the Fennec, I want to use my other loadout gun that I created in the class, and it's not a ground lootable gun, how am I supposed to upgrade it to my, you know what I mean? I'm trying to think, like, so we can't use every gun in the game. I don't know how that whole system is going to work. I genuinely don't, but it needs to be tweaked for surely. But I was thinking, yeah, why would the random give you money? Like if he can just upgrade his own stuff, like they have no incentive to share. Before they would have to.
So actually it does. Look, it says, as you guys can see up here,
to spend 10K.
Can't see it. I can't really see it. But this bottom line is your current circle. This top, it actually does, but this top part up here is the entire map. So we got 17 17 teams left, 38 people. Swag currently has no kills, but in that current circle that they're in, it's only Swag and his teammates, which is Nick, Mercs, and Cloaksy. So I like that.
To buy the loadout, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is something to think about, man. Yeah, so those are my thoughts and just impressions of the game that I think needs to be changed. Like I said, these are all things that can be changed in 2 months, 100%. So I'm excited to see, you know, what they end up doing. They have 2 months to do it. One thing I can say overall about Warzone 2 is I love how different it feels than Warzone, because then it's like a relearning a whole new game. And I love that. I love that fact that it's completely different. But there's just certain quality of life things that we're so accustomed to that should be implemented into Warzone 2. So I can't wait to see what they do with the full game. I'm genuinely glad the map is good, but let's see some progress, man. I mean, that's what we went to the event to do, that right, is to give feedback. And let me guys, I want you guys to be in the comments giving full-on feedback, telling me what you guys think.
In the comments.
I want there to be like
video.
5,000-6,000 comments of you guys
reaction like
what do you think
now
needs to be changed. Vocalize your opinion, because I'm sure a lot of the people from Warzone are going to watch this. So please give your opinion in the comment section below. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys drop a like, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
All right, so we're gonna continue to watch some of this, but I'm gonna just mute the audio so I can say what I want to say. But yeah, overall, on a viewer aspect, I think Warzone 2 is gonna be pretty lit if they make the tweaks that Swag was just talking about. Like I said, if we look. We watch this. Let's just look at the recoil and the pattern and the natural gameplay of, like, you know, everything. Which brings me to, like I said, thinking of past Warzone. If Call of Duty, you know, was able to put together a LAN event like this, why wasn't they doing that? I mean, I understand because of the pandemic, but about a year or so after the peak of the pandemic, why weren't they doing things like this, man? They could have had protocol where they could, you know, test people and things like that to make sure they don't have COVID and things like that, and host LAN events, especially in these tournaments that's like 100K tourneys, 600K tourneys, just these big money tournaments. Instead of allowing these streamers to stream from home where they could possibly be hacking and it goes unnoticed, why not host LAN event tournaments like they did here? They have 200 plus streamers here at this event. So no way you could have told me that they couldn't have, when it came to like the 100K old Toronto tournament. I think that would that, and I believe Swag them won that again. 100K tourney, I think it was like a 600K tourney or something like that. Long story short, the big name tourneys or the big money tourneys, they could have hosted something like this. This way it mitigates cheating, nobody's getting accused, and everybody's having raw natural gameplay. So I hope with Warzone 2 in the future, Activision, I forgot who's making this call. I believe it's Activision. I don't know. Can't remember. When it comes to tourneys, when it comes to Warzone 2, you guys have already shown that y'all can get together LAN events. Do that for these big money tournaments. When it comes to these streamers, LAN events, man, to make the game like more welcoming and have people feel, and the casual gamers feel, that, you know, y'all are actually listening to the entire community and not just these streamers who make you guys money, of course, and making the game fun and popular, more popular than what it is. Because, you know, we want to see more tourneys, big money tourneys be held in LAN, so people's favorite streamer can see legit, like, oh, is my favorite streamer legit, or is he or she probably cheating? So with that, man, like, that's my opinion on Warzone 2. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, for the future of Warzone 2 and Call of Duty, hopefully when it comes to these major tournaments or big money tournaments, we, you know, sit down and they have more LAN tournaments when it comes to this, just to make the game feel more authentic and make the people who are playing the game feel more authentic, and we can actually see who's the best of the best without no speculations of cheaters, hackers, and things like that. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like. If you're not already, please subscribe to the video. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.